WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 11.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by Progressive. The Trump administration is freezing $10 billion in funding for programs supporting low-income families and child care in 5 Democratic-led states. About $1 billion in aid to Illinois is affected, with Governor J.B. Pritzker calling the move politically motivated. Prosecutors say Travion H. Reese of Atlanta stole identities and checks from local business owners, defrauding banks across central and southern Illinois. Reese faces a 70-month federal prison sentence following a 20-year term on similar charges in Iowa. Governor J.B. Pritzker has signed sweeping energy legislation aimed at lowering electricity costs by expanding battery storage and boosting wind and solar power across Illinois. Supporters say the law will strengthen the power grid, while Republicans warn it could raise costs for consumers. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you. Gradual breakers. You keep your eyes on the road, so you've seen it all. As long as it all happened directly in front of you, like a Swedish masseuse, your foot knows exactly the right amount of pressure to apply to the brake. That's why your passengers feel totally relaxed with you behind the wheel and occasionally super sleepy. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by Hot Hands. Prosecutors say Travion H. Reese of Atlanta stole identities and checks from local business owners, defrauding banks across central and southern Illinois. Reese faces a 70-month federal prison sentence following a 20-year term on similar charges in Iowa. Governor J.B. Pritzker has signed sweeping energy legislation aimed at lowering electricity costs by expanding battery storage and boosting wind and solar power across Illinois. Supporters say the law will strengthen the power grid, while Republicans warn it could raise costs for consumers. The Trump administration is freezing $10 billion in funding for programs supporting low-income families and child care in 5 Democratic-led states. About $1 billion in aid to Illinois is affected, with Governor J.B. Pritzker calling the move politically motivated. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know you can't cook. You're not one of those people who say that they can, but when people come over for dinner, they find out the hard way, you can't. You can't even microwave popcorn, and that's literally just one button. Plus, measuring and patience are huge parts of cooking, and that's just not you. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Pricing coverage match limited by state law.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline, so I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use it.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. Today, partly sunny with a high near 44, temperatures falling to around 39 in the afternoon, windy with gusts up to 35 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a slight chance of snow between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m., then a chance of rain and snow, low around 31. Currently, it is 41 and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my car insurance. Really smart. Unfortunately, I didn't check if I took the gas hose out of my car's tank. Ooh, not smart. And I drove off while still attached to pump number 3.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North America.
Are you looking to buy, sell, or trade something? Maybe clean out that attic or basement, or just make a little extra cash? Then don't miss Tradio on Out to Lunch with WRMN AM 1410. Weekdays at 12:30 p.m. Call in to let folks in the Fox River Valley know what you're looking for or what you've got to get rid of. It's easy, it's free, and it's a great way to connect with your community. Call in at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. If it's got to go, then let us know. Only on Tradio. Here on WRMN AM 1410.
They were best friends, inseparable, in fact, until the day Miguel died. Every day his friend visited Miguel's grave. Rain, wind, weekends, holidays, every day. Miguel's closest friend, Capitan, his German Shepherd, is a symbol of loyalty to which we can all aspire. Loyalty. Pass it on from passiton.com.
Welcome, folks, to Out to Lunch here on WRMN, the voice of the Valley and the talk of the town. It's a smooth Jazz Friday day here today. I've got the bump jazz music here, getting some stuff ready for you. In terms of content-wise, we've got some great local programming here today. You definitely want to stay tuned for that here on WRMN. You are listening to Out to Lunch. This is the 11 o'clock hour with your host, Matt McNeil, broadcasting live here from Studio 14. Don't forget, of course, you can also watch us live on YouTube, youtube.com/WRMN Radio. And hey, if you want to hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell, that'll keep yourself up to date and in the loop on what's happening here in the Fox River Valley and what's going on here on WRMN. Now, of course, I also want to remind you as well, we do have another show coming up today at the 12 o'clock hour. That is the Life Experiences with William Pellerinos. He'll be giving you some of his life experience advice there. That'll be coming up. We also do have from 1 until 2, we've got oh my goodness, I'm already blanking on the show. What's Cooking Today with Michael Horn. And then from 2 to 4, it's also Dino's Night Out. He's going to be having Rick Lindy and the Wild Ones as a guest on here, so that's going to be fun. And then, of course, from 4 to 6, we do have Big Top Sports with Derek Geyer, so you don't want to miss out on that. Great opportunity to tune in to all things local sports, and also in the States, too, of course. So let's talk a little bit here about an upcoming event. And actually what it is it's a lineup of different events. This is the 41st annual Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. holiday celebration. Now, this is a lineup continuing his legacy. It utilizes local experts and aficionados of Dr. King. And we have here today a very special guest with us. This is Dr. Michael Montgomery joining us today here in studio. Thanks so much for joining us.
Well, thank you, Matt. Thank you very much for having me. I would be remiss if I didn't remind people right away that the big event for this is the prayer breakfast on next Saturday. Yes. And you should buy your tickets now. You can go to the city's website and follow the clicks and you'll get there. But there are still seats available, so buy now. There are other special events as well for youth, and of course the food drive that's going on now, and then starting next Wednesday, what we'll be focusing on a series of panel discussions on the continued legacy of Dr. King.
Very good. So are you familiar with the little bit of history on this celebration that's been going on in Elgin?
That part of the history I'm less familiar with than others. I know there have been champions who have done the work for years. Mm-hmm. Joe Wars is the person who really led the charge on the food drive, wanting to connect what Dr. King spoke and lived for with caring for people who are poor here, caring for our neighbors as a way of continuing that legacy. Joe died 2 years ago, but we still feel his absence and his vision and his love for the community and all the members in it.
Very good. So, of course, this is a 4-part series. It's each focused on a different dimension of Dr. King's legacy. Now, why is it important to look at King through multiple lenses rather than a single program or a single commemorative event?
So now we've changed topics ever so slightly to focus on the panel discussions, which are going to be held at Gail Borden Library on Wednesday nights at 6:30, beginning this coming Wednesday. This is the first time we've done this. And there's a concern on the committee that, you gotta love Martin Luther King, but people don't pay a whole lot of attention to him. And so we wanted to dig a little deeper and educate ourselves and as to why he's important and how he impacts our lives and why this holiday is something that really is important to do and to learn from.
Absolutely. Now, the thing that is also going on currently right now, and it's still going on until the 18th, is the food drive. Tell us a little bit about this.
Food drive is about collecting food for people who need it. This is especially important at this point in time because we don't know what's going to happen with SNAP. The promise is it's going to be in the funding bill that's going to come out in January. And the reality is it ain't happened yet. So what's going to happen? So if SNAP is eliminated, about 20% of the population of Elgin relies on some form of food assistance. And we're going to have to step up to make sure that people don't go hungry. We're practicing. We're going to see, hopefully we don't have to really dig down on this, but if that happens, we'll be ready.
There you go. Absolutely. So that's coming up there, or it's still going on now until the 18th. Now, there's also the panel discussion at the Gail Borden Public Library. This is coming up January 14th.
That's the first one?
That's the first one. So tell us a little bit about some of the themes of this one in particular.
Well, if you want controversy, this is the session to go to. Because Dr. King is an academically somewhat controversial figure. He was... I'll tell you the two sides of the argument. There are those who say, he's really the last great American liberal theologian. And boy, is that pouring gasoline into the fire to call him that. But he studied at Boston University. He did a dissertation on the liberal theologian Paul Tillich. He uses the phrases, the styles, and the methodology of the classic Boston liberals. So they look at him and say, yes, he's one of ours. They're very, very proud of him. And yet, on the other hand, James Cone of Union Seminary in New York argued that, no, that's irrelevant. He was a black preacher. He studied black sermons. He knew how to play the academic game, but he didn't put much work into it. And his sources for theology were not the classic liberal tradition, but it was the black church. And that's what you need to dive into. And we have not resolved this issue as yet because there are inconvenient facts on both sides of this. And in many ways, King was someone who combined strands of thought from various angles in order to come up with something that was unique to him. And he was a very powerful speaker and theologian in his own right that drew upon both of those sources. Jesse Jackson has told me that the night he died, there were two books on his bedstand. And they were Paul Tillich's Love, Power, and Justice and Reinhold Niebuhr's Moral Man in an Immoral Society. So at the same time, no one ever thought he wasn't black. Duh. But he put those together because he was an American theologian. He profoundly changed the nature that church has been done in America. When he came to Chicago, the big black churches were notorious for not showing up. It was the small churches who rallied around him. And it was especially the small southern churches, the rural churches, that were his core base of support. The big churches had all had deals cut for them by the establishment, and they didn't want to rock the boat because they had a privileged place. There are more churches support Dr. King today than ever back in the 50s and 60s. But he changed religion. He changed the way we practice our faith, the issues that preachers are willing to talk about, what churches are willing to do is profoundly different now than what it was back in, say, 1949, before he became famous. So we need to lift that up. But,
well, I know also he was, he represented both Christian and Jewish voices as well.
He tried. There's certainly a liberal strand there. He worked hard at building alliances and with the Jewish community as well. But Mahatma Gandhi was also an important source. And Leo Tolstoy was a crucial voice in informing his work on nonviolence. He was an alliance builder because he was working for a cause. You keep your eye on the prize.
Right.
And he did all his life.
There you go. Tell us a little bit about the other event here. January 17th at 8:30 a.m. Is the prayer breakfast. So speakers, prayer, music, and remembrance. And this is going to be held at the Elgin Community College.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about this one.
Tickets are $30, but once you pay all the fees, it'll be $35. That's the way of it these days. We'll also give out the annual humanitarian award that goes to a local person who's most advanced this work. There's a great show, and Janice Kimberly Hare is the person who's in charge of that, and she'll be speaking with you on Tuesday to talk more about that in greater detail. There's food, there's vendors, there's a big celebration. You know it's important. The first time I went, I walked in the door, and there was the city council all in one table. There was the police force in one location. There are tremendous connections of the who's who in Elgin, recognizing that this is a really important community event.
Absolutely. So that's coming up. That's going to be at the Elgin Community College. That's at 1700 Spartan Drive. You can get those tickets. They're available. And where can you find them? I think they're on the Elgin Community College website.
Well, they're also on the City of Elgin website. That's where I got my ticket.
Awesome. There we go.
You go, and that's now on the front page. You click the Martin Luther King events, and then you click the button on the prayer breakfast, and then you start clicking buttons to pay your money.
There you go. So that's coming up there. And then there's another one here, January 18th. This is a free event for folks to go to. It's a Sunday celebration. Includes festive event with music, dance, and announcements of the MLK scholarship winners. That's interesting.
Not the money that's raised from this goes to provide scholarships for youth and adults who are continuing their education in either colleges or junior colleges or trade schools. And I believe it's $1,000 a piece that they get. Those folk have been selected, and they'll be there to receive the money. The celebration itself, if you were here 5 years ago, you would remember it as just a major event with choirs and dancers and a host of artistic endeavors. And then COVID came, and we stopped doing it. So I've not been to one of those yet, but people are very excited about it.
Awesome. So that's coming up. That's January 18th. That's from 4 until 6 p.m. And that's going to be located at the Hemmons Cultural Center.
Yes.
So very nice. And then finally, we have another one here, January 19th. This is from 8:30 a.m. until 12 p.m. This is also a free event. This is a youth event. So there's going to be, and this is at the center of Elgin, and there's going to be some workshops. So tell us a little bit about
this. This is for youth, junior high through high school, and there will be a couple of workshops on owning your identity and acceptance of both yourself and other people, of learning the really the human skills that Dr. King would tell us. You gotta know this, you gotta live this if you're going to be a peacemaker in society. There's food, because you can't have high schoolers with no food.
Right.
And there'll be large group discussions and small group writing. There'll be things for introverts to do. Winfield Cooper's in charge of that and has put it together. Now, registration for that is today, because they got to order the food. So if your teen is interested in that, or if you're interested in your teen being interested in that, you got to go to the website and get that registration in.
So, folks, if you're watching on the YouTube side of things, I have here up on the screen, this is the Elgin's website, and it does tell you the different events that are coming up. And if you notice here, too, they do have a section where you can buy those tickets. So, again, Saturday, January 17th, is the breakfast starting promptly at about 8:30. That's at the Elgin Community College. You hover over that, you click it, and you'll be able to get those tickets. So please don't hesitate to do so. There's still time to sign up for these. Of course, the annual food drive that's currently going on, the youth event that we just discussed here coming up January 19th. Now, it also does say that there is a permission slip that is required. So if you do hover over that and click on it, you can go through that permission slip, fill it out for yourself. And then you should be set and ready to go. And it does say today is the day to do it. This is the last day, January 9th. So if you still have some time, if you want to, but sign up, you can find it at elginil.gov. I'll make sure to put this also on the video on YouTube once we do get it up and ready to go. Now, I know that there's also here, too, there are some different other panel discussions. I know that they're coming up here at the library as well.
One of the joys in putting this together was discovering how many people in Elgin had really extensive knowledge of Dr. King in his work, in part because, most of the clergy have gone through graduate school and they had a course in Dr. King's work and methods. And so they've studied him, they've read widely with him. So we see a Lutheran, Dr. David Daubert from Zion Lutheran Church, Rabbi Margaret Frisch-Klein, Reverend Felicia LeBoy talking about him as a theologian. And then you turn to, on the 21st, on King on Civil Rights. And we know he's big on civil rights. There, Dr. Vincent Gaddis from Elgin Community College, Dr. Reverend LeBoy, and Diana Ortega-Erath from the Centro de Información will be talking about that, because King's work impacts the Hispanic community as well. Cesar Chavez is a great man in his own right, but he also learned from Dr. King and includes him as one of his ancestors in the work. Then we'll talk about King and nonviolence on the 28th. Again, Rabbi Klein will be with us. Reverend Patrick Parks from Second Baptist Church will be there. Anthony Regano, a retired lieutenant in the Elgin Police Department, and now works full-time teaching police about de-escalation tactics. He'll be talking to us about how Dr. King's teachings get operationalized and in sometimes unexpected ways. The police are learning from him how to better do their jobs. We hope to have Reverend Katie Shaw Thompson from Pads of Elgin, because she's a Church of the Brethren pastor, which is a pacifist church. And she's got a lot of work right now. I'm not sure we're going to pull it off, but we'll put pressure on her and be gracious if she can't come. And then finally, on the February 4th, the reason Dr. King got killed was he was speaking out on issues of poverty. And he went to Memphis to work with the garbage picker-uppers, trashmen, because they were on strike for better wages. And that was when he got killed. Reverend Clinton Ward from St. James AME Church, Dr. Gaddis, and Reverend LeBoy will be the panelists for that. So you've got white clergy, Jewish, Christian, you've got academics, you've got just a whole lot of people who have studied him and were very anxious to share what they have learned.
Absolutely. It's great to share the knowledge with folks who maybe don't know about these things. And this is a great opportunity to attend one or two or all of these events. We encourage you to do so. And I know that on Tuesday, we're going to be speaking with some lovely folks more on details on these. So that's fantastic.
We'll be back.
Absolutely. I appreciate that a lot. Now, we still have about roughly 3 minutes or so left. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit here about the importance of group discussions. Right. So these different celebrations, these different events are not just a way. It's not just going to be just presentations. Right. There's going to be the group discussions where people will be able to put in their own input and ask those questions too that they might.
For the panel discussions, my job is to introduce the topic and get out of the way because I've invited 3 people who know more about it than I do to be the presenters. They'll present, they'll talk amongst themselves, but then there will be interaction with those people in attendance. We're getting quite a bit of interest from students at ECC in this, and we hope we have a good crowd for this. But there will be discussion, and hopefully we'll all come away both learning more and realizing how much Dr. King has impacted our lives.
Absolutely. It's a great way for the community to come together too, which is something that we here at WRMN focus on is local community coming together and working together and having conversations. That's why we love having people on the air like you and like many others out there to announce these and to get the word out. Because there are a lot of people out there who don't know about these specific events. So we want to make sure that we get the word out for sure. So more information, you can find it at elginil.gov. That's elginil.gov for more info. We'll continue to announce this throughout the rest of the day here, and of course also into Monday, come Tuesday as well too. So we're looking forward to it. And again, you can get your tickets. There's still time to sign up. And how can people find more information about maybe even wanting to possibly do some volunteer work for even next year?
That's a great idea, and we will have sign-up sheets at all of the events. I'm making this up now to see who's interested in doing it, because volunteers don't last forever.
And there might be some people who have never been to this event before. It touches their heart and they say, you know what? I want to start doing this. I want to start volunteering. I want to start spreading the word. I want to start doing more research. So this is a great opportunity for people to learn and for people to grow too. And before we head on out, I want to say thank you so much for your time coming in today. We greatly appreciate it here on WRMN. And for listeners who might think they maybe already know about Dr. King, what would you say is the strongest reason to attend one or more of these panels, just in general? I know we already talked about it, but from your own words.
Well, there is so much to the man, getting beyond the headlines, beyond the posters, just rekindling our memories, connecting with other people in the community who have extensive knowledge as well. I was surprised and delighted at the number of people who had had courses in graduate school on Dr. King, and no one said no to being on these panels. So that's exciting, and just finding kindred spirits there. There are also people who have grown up learning that, King was a bad man. It's important for aficionados of King to listen to them, and it's important for them to hear why King is important to other people, because that's the way we get past old impasses.
Absolutely. So, folks, check out these events. They're coming up. They're coming up soon. They're just around the corner, so you don't want to miss out on these opportunities. Let's just wrap it up here for the first half hour of Out to Lunch. Dr. Montgomery, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Matt.
Of course.
Always glad to be here.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by Progressive. The Trump administration is freezing $10 billion in funding for programs supporting low-income families and childcare in 5 Democratic-led states. About $1 billion in aid to Illinois is affected, with Governor J.B. Pritzker calling the move politically motivated. Prosecutors say Travion H. Reese of Atlanta stole identities and checks from local business owners, defrauding banks across central and southern Illinois. Reese faces a 70-month federal prison sentence following a 20-year term on similar charges in Iowa. Governor J.B. Pritzker has signed sweeping energy legislation aimed at lowering electricity costs by expanding battery storage and boosting wind and solar power across Illinois. Supporters say the law will strengthen the power grid, while Republicans warn it could raise costs for consumers. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you. Gradual breakers. You keep your eyes on the road, so you've seen it all. As long as it all happened directly in front of you, like a Swedish masseuse. Your foot knows exactly the right amount of pressure to apply to the brake. That's why your passengers feel totally relaxed with you behind the wheel and occasionally super sleepy. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
If you have been charged with driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs in Cook County, DuPage County, or Lake County, Illinois, call the law office of Mark Sheblow at 773-775-5050. That's 773-775-5050. Attorney Mark Sheblow has over 29 years of law experience handling DUI defense, traffic violations, CDL violations, and Secretary of State driver's license reinstatement hearings. All aspects of your case will be examined in order to find evidence that may help your case, especially the statutory summary suspension of your driving privileges. If your breath alcohol concentration level at the time of the DUI arrest is 0.08 or more, then the summary suspension of your driver's license begins 46 days after the arrest. Time is a crucial factor in challenging the summary suspension of your driver's license. Our law office is located at 5945 North Elston Avenue in Chicago. That's 5945 North Elston Avenue in Chicago. And again, our office phone number is 773-775-5050.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Hot Hands, America's favorite hand warmers. Today, partly sunny with a high near 44. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a slight chance of snow between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m., then a chance of rain between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. Low around 31 with a chance of precipitation at 30%. Currently, it is 43 and partly cloudy. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Only available with TurboTax experts. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
Welcome back, folks, to Out to Lunch here on WRMN AM 1410. We're broadcasting live here from Studio 14, serving you, the listeners, the Fox River Valley area. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in today and being a part of the conversation with us. Thank you to Dr. Michael Montgomery for coming in today to talk with us about these series, the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. 4-part discussion series there, especially for Gail Borden Library, but also the different events that are coming up. So not just the 4-part discussion series happening at the Gail Borden Public Library, but also the food drive that's currently going on, the panel discussion at Gail Borden, which will be now through till the 4th, which again is that 4-part series. The prayer breakfast, which is coming up just around the corner. That's January 17th, 8:30 a.m. Tickets start at $30, excuse me, and that's going to be at the Elgin Community College. Come on Tuesday, we're going to be having some special guests coming in to discuss this with us a little bit more in detail on what people can expect from the prayer breakfast. Come January 18th, again at the Hemmons Cultural Center, there's going to be the Sunday celebration. It's festive, including music, dance, and announcements of the MLK Scholarship winners. And I know Dr. Montgomery did speak with us a little bit more on that too. And we'll make sure to post that video on our YouTube channel so you can check it out for yourself. We also have here January 19th. It's a free event, 8:30 a.m. until 12 p.m. It's the youth event. This is great for the youth out there. Workshops included on there, what it means to dream and the importance of acceptance. This is great to educate the youth. They are our future, right? And there is a permission slip that is required, which you can find on their website. That's elginil.gov. You can also register and sign up for more information on Gail Borden Public Library's website. You can go onto there and find it. There's still 92 seats remaining if you want to register there for the 4-part discussion series. Of course, you can also go onto the Elgin, Illinois' website, elginil.gov. It tells you all in pretty good detail on what to expect, who's going to be speaking at these panel discussions. And again, it is called a panel discussion for a reason. It's not necessarily just solely presentations. You're going to be able to have those discussions with folks out there. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if you meet someone maybe who might have even known Martin Luther King Jr. or maybe even interacted with him at one point. So you're speaking with a lot of really great people, especially folks who even have a lot of education and research on him and his legacy too. So definitely check it out. Of course, there's also community opportunities. There's ways to explore how to be involved as well, even if you weren't able to do so this year, ways that you can sign up for next year too. And I know that they'll probably have maybe slips out there that will be available at these events, or of course, just talk to some of the speakers too and the coordinators, and they'll be able to help you with that too if you want to start signing up and be a part of these events too. Again, the annual food drive is currently going on now, and that runs until the 18th. That is for Food for Greater Elgin. That is currently going on now too. Food items can be dropped off on Sunday, January 18th. That's from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. That's at the Food for Greater Elgin. Now, $1 equals 8 pounds of food. And so it's a great way to bring the community together and realize, yes, there are people out there that are struggling to make ends meet. And we want to make sure that those folks out there are able to provide for their families and for their children, especially at the when it just comes to the basic needs of getting food for them. So there's available volunteers to help unload. And if you want to donate online, you can click on their website. You can find it. That's posted onto elginil.gov. And those volunteer opportunities are pretty much always available at the Food for Greater Elgin. So a good event to come up here, coming up in January through mid-late January through till February, just around the corner. You can check out more information. There's still time to get tickets for the 41st annual prayer breakfast. I know that it does sell out pretty quickly. So if you do want to get information on that, you can find it. That's at givebutter.com. There is a link directly through the elginil.gov website to get those tickets. So don't hesitate on that as well too. And again, if you're watching on YouTube, it does show you what is left. There's still 47 spots remaining left. So that's 47 tickets that are still available for Saturday, January 17th. We'll definitely come back to this come Monday and Tuesday when we do have those discussions, and we'll see how many are left remaining. But that's 47 remaining. That's what it says here online. That is to get those tickets. So you still have time. You still have that opportunity to check that out and to attend the event. It's a nice prayer breakfast. It's going to be some good discussions and more. So don't miss out on that. We've got some great comments here on the YouTube side of things. We've got Downtown Jose saying, "Hola, Matt and guest. Happy Friday. MLK was a great human being." Yes, Jose, thanks so much for that comment. And we've got Brendan saying hello as well. Hello, Brendan, and everyone else tuning in today. Thank you so much. Sending you some hearts into the chat. Now, of course, this is a little bit more of a condensed show. I'm glad we were able to have an interview. I'm hoping to get more interviews come into 2026. I'm in the works of that. I know that a lot of businesses and organizations, they're working through a lot of things getting set up for the new year here, 2026. But definitely stay tuned for that. I'm hoping the goal here for Out to Lunch is to have at least one interview a day. I think what that does is it really helps to pinpoint community events and local businesses. And I enjoy so much doing these interviews here on WRMN. It's so interesting. I can sit in front of a screen and I can, read off the national day and all this stuff too. And that's fun also. But when you have someone here in studio, or they call into the phone, or they call in through Zoom, and we do an interview, we have a discussion, we talk about different things that are coming up and recognizing businesses and organizations. That's what it means to be a part of a community and being active in the community too. So I'm striving to get some more interviews coming up this year here, 2026, or now into the new year. So stay tuned for that. We still are offering some great local programming to you, the listeners, and the community out there. And of course, if you have any suggestions for us, please don't hesitate to email us today. You can email me. My email is matt@WRMN1410.com. That's matt@WRMN1410.com. Again, please feel free to reach out to us and let us know. I mean, I got an email from someone who has a new show idea that he wanted to pitch to us, and we're in the works of doing that too. So I appreciate that. I appreciate you listener out there reaching out to us and to me and Dino, letting us know about that too. And don't hesitate to do that. If you have any questions, any comments on things, we listen to you. We do. So we appreciate that greatly. Before we take our quick time out, I do want to read an Elgin press release. This was released yesterday at 3:13 p.m. That's when I got the email from the communications department of the city of Elgin. We had a replay of Talk Time with Tammy and Friends during that time, so we weren't able to read it, but I wanted to read it to you now. Now, of course, many of you might already know this, but if you don't, I want to present it to you. Thank you, of course, to the city of Elgin for always sending us these City of Elgin press releases too. So this is for immediate release. Funding is available for historic homes. Elgin opens the 2026 grant opportunities. Now, applications are accepted through Friday, March 27th. Applications for the 2026 Historic Architectural Rehabilitation Grant Program and Historic Paint Grant Program are now available on the City of Elgin's website. All you have to do is go there to elginil.gov/historic grants. And you can also go to the paint grant page. That's elginil.gov/paint grant. Now, the deadline to submit these complete applications, to complete them in full, are required supporting documentation. The deadline is Friday, March 27th. Again, that's Friday, March 27th. Let's read a little bit through here on what they do talk about and in some more detail on what these grants do offer. Historic Architectural Rehabilitation Grant Program. This program provides reimbursement grants for up to $20,000 in residential property owners for the restoration of exterior architectural features on properties located within designated historic districts or locally designated landmarks. The following grant options are available. The 50/50 program details. Reimbursement is 50% of eligible costs, up to $20,000. Then there's minimum total project costs at $5,000. And then the project completion time frame is roughly 18 months. Next on this list is the 75/25 program details. Reimbursement at 75% of eligible costs, up to $20,000. And the minimum total project cost at $2,500. Project completion time frame, roughly about 18 months, and the property must be owner occupied, low to moderate income qualifications required. They then move on to the Historic Paint Grant Program. The Historic Paint Grant Program provides grants of up to $15,000 to low-income, owner-occupied residential property owners within the Elgin National Watch Historic District. And if you have any questions on that or whether or not you qualify within the district, please call the Elgin, Illinois government page or visit their website, or you can also call their number too. But this is a historic grant program here, and the program details include maximum grant amount at $15,000, project completion timeframe at 12 months, property must be owner-occupied, and low to moderate income qualifications required. Now, since the program's inception in 1995, the city of Elgin has awarded more than 430 grants, supporting more than $10.1 million in historic rehabilitation projects. Now, for more information, you can contact the Historic Preservation Planner, Christian Sundquist, and that number to dial is 847-931-6004, or visit elginil.gov/historic grants and elginil.gov/paint grant. Now, a little bit about the Elgin Heritage Commission. They are a citizens advisory commission promoting Elgin's historic preservation activity through the protection, maintenance, and preservation of the city's agricultural, historic, and cultural resources. The Elgin Heritage Commission is composed of 9 voting members appointed by the mayor and Elgin City Council. And of course, about the city of Elgin. It was founded in 1835, a dynamic community that we live in here, and many of you have been to. Of course, many listeners out there, and that includes folks even around the Fox River Valley area. So we always thank the city of Elgin for everything they do for the community. We're happy to be a part of this community and get the word out here because we are your trusted voice, the Fox Valley's trusted voice for news, talk, and entertainment, your source, of course, for also engaging shows and community spirit. The time is approaching 47 past the hour. We're going to take another quick time out. We'll be back with more here on Out to Lunch. WRMN will continue on talking more about what are some cool events happening here over the weekend in the Fox River Valley. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
When it comes to orthopedic and spine surgery, Prime Healthcare St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin leads the way. Recognized by U.S. News and World Report as a high performer across multiple surgery types, we offer advanced and minimally invasive procedures supported by state-of-the-art imaging technology. Our expert surgeons and compassionate care teams are here to help you move, heal, and live better every step of the way. St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin, exceptional care close to home.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hi, this is Sherry Aschenbrenner, Vice President of Dementia Friendly Elgin Area. Everyone knows somebody living with dementia. Caregivers and friends of those with dementia are always welcome at our Elgin Area Memory Cafe, always the second Tuesday of every month at 4 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. at the South Elgin Public Works Building, 1000 Bowes Road in South Elgin. Also, Dementia Friendly Elgin Area gives free 20-minute dementia awareness trainings to local businesses, church groups, to bunco groups. Just invite us. If you'd like to get put on Sherry's senior email blast list, please email us at dfelist@gmail.com. Also, you can go and visit our website at dementiafriendlyelginarea.org.
Tune in to Sherry's Senior Moments radio show on the second Thursday of each month at 9:05 a.m. until 10 a.m. on WRMN AM 1410, WRMN Radio app, or WRMN Radio on YouTube. That's Sherry's Senior Moments, providing resources and information for our seniors in the community. Welcome back, folks, here to Out to Lunch on WRMN, the voice of the Valley and the talk of the town. Thank you, everyone, of course, for tuning in today and being a part of the conversation with us. We still have a little bit of time left here, continuing on talking more about what are some local events coming up, different specials, and things like so. Don't miss out on another beat here on WRMN. Check out our YouTube channel and also our Facebook page. You can also go to our website, too, to check out our show lineup and what we have to offer to you, the listeners, and the community. Some other fun things that are coming up here, some good things to note. And this is one thing also, the Fox Valley magazine's January issue has officially been released. It was released yesterday, later in the day. I've been saying here, let's keep you up to date on when it's going to be coming up here. Well, it has been released. So if you are a fan of the Fox Valley magazine, like I am myself, you can read through that, check it out. It's 102 pages of goodness that's going on in the local area. Yes, including different specials that are going on. For example, first thing on the page, Kara's Family Restaurants has their January specials that you can enjoy, including their Thursdays roasted pork chops, Fridays fish fries, Saturdays prime rib dinner, which is always a hit, smash hit, delicious from my own experience too. And then also Sunday, they have their roasted chicken that you can check out. Other cool things are coming up here too, of course. You can check out New Year's Redux, a little bit on that too. You got the featured dishes of the month. You've got the beers of the month, which we did talk about, and also the wines of the month. Now, we're going to save those for next week here, but the beers of the month we did talk about. But if you want to check out more information on that, you can. Also coming up here too, Naperville's Restaurant Week runs January 19th through till the 4th of February. So you can enjoy this here. This is the 2026 Naperville Restaurant Week, kicking off January 19th. You don't want to miss out on this great opportunity to enjoy some really great local places. There's Egg Harbor Cafe. Oh, that is a fantastic place to go to. I recommend getting there early. There's Gia Mia. There's Empire Burger Bar, Sweet Home Gelato, Tapville Social, Vasili's, not Vaselli, like Jim Vaselli Law Offices, sponsor of the morning show, but Vasili's Mediterranean. So there's a lot of great places that you can go to. I know Geneva's Restaurant Week is coming up January 17th through the 25th. Many other great local restaurants are available too. And it's showcasing many that are in the downtown area, from fast casual to fancy dining. You can enjoy luxurious foods and even some casual ones, maybe something sweet and savory, or maybe something salty. Maybe you want an alcoholic beverage or a mocktail, or maybe you want some ice cream. They've got a wide range of things. You can't go wrong with the coffee in the downtown Geneva area also. Another restaurant week comes up here, January 20th through till February 3rd. It's Aurora's Restaurant Week. Now, this is the city of Aurora gearing up, celebrating the second annual Restaurant Week. It takes place from January 20th through till February 3rd, showcasing Aurora's rapidly growing and diverse culinary scene. So lots of fun stuff in the works there, too. Village of East Dundee has a cocoa crawl. Yes, still enjoying that cocoa. You can. That is Saturday, February 7th. That's at the Depot. You can enjoy a variety of creative hot cocoa flavor offerings at local establishments. And of course, there's so much more that you can also check out here too. Some great different country club events, other businesses too that are promoting. So definitely don't miss out on these great opportunities to check it out for yourself and view it. That's on the Fox Valley Magazine's latest January issue. Find it at foxvalleymagazine.com. If you do love fleas and stuff like myself, now not actual little fleas, little gnat fleas that just fly around. No. I'm talking about flea markets. Yes, it's coming up here Saturday, February 28th. You know it. I'm going to have to go to this. It's 10 a.m. to 4 at Elgin High School. I go to it every year. It's the 51st annual Collectibles and Crafts Flea Market. This is at the Elgin High School at 1200 Maroon Drive. Admission is $5 to get in. That's not too bad. Students and seniors with a valid ID for students, $2. An early admission, 9 a.m. to get those extra specials. That's at $10 there for that admission. Now, if you want to check out dealer information, you can visit PTO Flea Market at gmail.com. There's still time to also sign up. So if you want to sign up to have your own booth here, you can. There's still time. All you have to do is also search for Elgin High School Flea Market on Facebook to get more information. This is a very cool event to go to. I've been going for at least 5 years now. Last year was the 50th annual Collectibles and Crafts Fair too. So definitely a great one to check out. You don't want to miss out on these opportunities to find some really cool finds. And what's great too is they also offer crafters there. So if you're maybe not into the vintage and antique items, you like something that's supporting local and it's made new and fresh, they have those options there too. You can find handmade jewelry. I've gotten some jewelry pieces there. I mean, does that surprise you? No. Right? As someone who loves jewelry, I've got old pictures there before. They have the whole gym open for a lot of really cool, stuff. Last year, it snowed pretty heavy. I remember that. It was pretty windy and it snowed pretty heavy too. But we'll have to see this year how that goes. But that's coming up February 28th. That is definitely a fun one to go to. Last year, it was Sunday, March 16th is when they had it. This year, it's in February. Taking a look here as well, too, you can also keep up to date with Sherry's Senior Moments and Dementia Friendly Elgin. That is with Sherry Aschenbrenner. She does, of course, have her email list out there. So if you want to check out anything that's coming up, feel free to do so. In fact, Friday, January 30th, there is a beginner senior chair yoga class. It's going to be held at the King of Glory Lutheran Church on Hops Road in Elgin. That's at the corner of Randall and Hops. And you must register to attend. You can call Terry at 847-471-3632 or Susan at 847-987-8621. And of course, don't forget, subscribe to Sherry's email list. That's dfelist@gmail.com. And like I've been saying too, if you need it, feel free to reach out to me. I can give it to you. So thank you so much for that. Got some good other things coming up here. Up next, we have the Life Experiences with William Pellerino. Stay tuned for that and more local programming here on WRMN AM 1410. Dino's got some very well-known special guests coming on to his show from 2 to 4, Rick Lindy and the Wild Ones. And oh boy, they are a fantastic group. You don't want to miss out on them too. Stay tuned for more here on WRMN, your trusted voice for local news, engaging shows, and community spirit. Thank you, everyone, for being a part of the community with us here. It's an honor that we can be a part of it, too. Stay tuned and have a wonderful rest of your Friday.